Hey guys, we are going to make some prints today. Printmaking is when you take something else that you're applying paint or ink or pigment of some sort to an object, and then you're printing that on the paper. So the thing you're painting or the thing with the color is not the actual piece of art. We're using that as a tool to make art. So think of like a stamp where you dip the stamp in ink and then press it on something. So I want to make some prints today. And when you're doing this, you could look at a lot of different material, just like things that we have laying around that we could use to make a print. So for example, we're going to use bubble wrap today to make a print. Okay, so what you need is bubble wrap, either paper, or if you want to do it on canvas, you can. I would maybe recommend paper, paint, a cup. I'm using a glass cup. Plastic cup is just as good, probably better, and a rubber bands. And again, we're being a little creative here. I didn't have a rubber band, so I'm going to use this hair tie. And then like a palette paper, or just like a piece of paper that you can put your paint on. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my cup. I'm gonna move my camera so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm taking my cup, and I'm taking my bubble wrap on top with the bubbles on the outside, and then I'm gonna take my hair tie that I'm using as a rubber band, just to secure it on there. Okay, so with that, I have my paper, and again, I have a small piece of paper because that's all I have, but you can use bigger paper. Probably something a little bit like sturdy, like watercolor paper would be the best. Okay, so I'm putting my paint. So we don't want to use like too much paint because we don't want it to get like really soupy. And you might have, my paints, I have like kind of thicker paint, but if you have like liquidy paint, that's probably even better. So okay, so because I have thicker paint, I'm gonna use a little extra. Okay, so what we're basically doing is we're taking our bubble wrap. This is now like our stamp, and we're gonna put some paint on it, and I'm gonna like rub it around. So we just want it to spread out on the top. And then if you can see my paper. And then we're gonna press it onto our paper or our canvas, and it's gonna start to create like a polka dot print. Then, so I picked like a blue, and then I picked this orange. You can use as many colors as you want. You can mix colors. I'm kind of mixing it like this, like on the same thing. You don't have to do that. You could like wash it off in between if you wanted. And then just pushing it down to get those dots, just like polka dots. Okay. I'm gonna add a different color. My teal's a little bit dried up, so that might not work. So I think this project is really fun when you kind of just want to like make something that's like bright, or like you want to make art and you don't really have a specific idea. This could be a really fun like project to do. how this is coming out. As I'm doing this, I'm thinking that it might have been better to use the bottom because it's just so the pressure is like distributed evenly. Yeah, I think that will probably make a big difference. Yeah, okay, so that's the one that I just did after I flipped it. It's just distributing the pressure a little more evenly so I can get like polka dots like in the middle of the print. Okay, so it's making this really cool like abstract print. I'm getting it on my table, which I will have to clean. Okay. So this is how my painting is looking, which I'm really happy with. What I think might be fun is to add a little, I have these like metallic, and I'm pretty sure you do too, these like metallic paints. So I'm just gonna, what I'm doing is I'm just like sliding it over a little bit to give myself a little bit of clean space. And I'm putting my hair tie rubber band back on. I'm gonna try not to touch that part because that's has some paint on it. So I have this like gold color. So I think that might look cool to add on top. Let's see though. Okay, so so you can see what I just put. I put that gold, which I like the way those colors are mixing. I'm gonna put a little more. If you guys like this project, you can do this really with other materials as well. Like if you don't have a lot of extra bubble wrap, you can look at anything and look at like the texture and think about how that would work as a print. So sometimes like the bottom of bottles, or like those like containers, like plastic containers that food comes in, sometimes like the bottom of those sometimes has cool prints, like cool textures that would look really nice in the print. So this is my finished artwork, and I think it looks really cool. All right. Thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed this project.